Robertson. Oh, she's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson.
You're on.
Hey, everybody, it's Jeanne Robertson, live again from the back porch, not my back porch. I'm in Savannah, Georgia. I've been at Jane Tucker from New York City's home for the last week. We were doing business and pleasure and making lots of friends, and I'll make sure you meet them as the show progresses. But as soon as the show is over today, heading to the airport, and at that point, we'll go home. I am ready to go home. You understand, Jane?
I do.
Okay. Okay. And here's Jane Tucker. I'll bring her in just a minute. But let me tell you what we're going to do right now, fast, the way we always start. Let me give you some logistics. This week we're in Savannah, and I'm going to take you around Jane Tucker's house in a little while and let you tour, because this is an unusual house, and y'all will love it. And the other thing is that next week we'll be back home on my porch, and our special guest for next week will be Henry Cho. I mentioned that Thursday night in the pop-up, and y'all went nuts. Henry Cho, you know Henry Cho? Well, no, I haven't met him yet, but I've talked to him, and I love his work. Let me see what Mike called him. Some of you have seen him on Designing Women. He is a comedian. He practices family comedy. He has children himself, and you might. Here's a little clue for one of his pieces of material. What's that clicking noise? What's that clicking noise? I will start to post in the morning some of Henry's work, and I think by next Saturday, y'all will just be chomping at the bit. We're here today. Patrick, can you put Jane Tucker in too? While you do that, Patrick is back in Burlington, and he is on my back porch. And what I'm going to do is,
Actually,
huh? What'd you say?
I'm at my house.
Oh, you're at your house. You're not at my house? Well, no, that's not my furniture. You're not on a back porch, but you're dressed better, because Thursday night you just had on a T-shirt. Now you got an Auburn hat. Is that an Auburn shirt?
No, I have shorts on though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you have. So, and we have, when I got to Savannah last Sunday, I said to my friend Jane, who are these other people in the house? And she said immediately, can y'all say, Patrick, can you put Jane in? Do we need to sit next to each other closer?
Yeah,
okay, here we go.
Magically make people appear. There she is.
Okay, here we are. So here's Jane Tucker. Because at home we have cameras, and you can widen the screens and do all that. There you go. That's a great thing around your neck, Jane. So I said, who are these people in the house? And she said, well, I had some friends coming from California. I had met them before because I had been to their house for a party when you had a big birthday.
Don't say which one.
I'm not going to say which one.
All right.
What do you think? What do you want me to be unplugged here in a minute? But Jill and Kirk are here, and they've been helping us. And I said, I didn't know they were going to be here. It's like a bed and breakfast here. And she said, well, they didn't know you were coming either, because if I told them, they wouldn't have come. And if I told you, you would have said, I'll come another time. And haven't we had a good time? We've had a ball.
Absolutely.
We went on a tour. We started at Paula Dean's. We had fried chicken. She had been soaking it in
biscuits. Don't forget
boiled
the
biscuits. I like the collards.
Well,
I know, but I like the collards.
You haven't gotten us to that point yet.
I know it, but it was a great tour, wasn't it? And there were we had 4, and then there were 6 other people, and they were from around everywhere, and we just all became friends because it was a walking tour where we went from Paula Dean's to somewhere for a barbecue to another place for shrimp, and then pralines. It was loads of fun. And we've been eating.
What's more southern?
I know, and I was here under the pretense of working because I did spend one day, and that was someday, working with a person who makes me some outfits. We've been going to New York City to Tom and Linda Platt.
That's right.
And they're great. They are great. They're not back opened up yet since that we can find. So she's located a lady here named Kate, and we can draw pictures of an outfit, and then she's going to make it for me with, I'm not 6'2" anymore. I'm shrinky, but I'll have to come back and get my clothes.
That's what, oh, gosh.
That's when
You'll have to come back.
I know it. And that's when I'm going to bring the car and carry the stuff that we bought in the flea markets this week, because that was a lot of fun too.
There's a big pile in the closet.
Oh, I know it. Don't clear out that closet. That stuff's mine. And oh, we got to get you in. Oh, look, I think we look like sisters. That's what everybody said. So what I always do, Jane, is right here in the front, I give away a couple of prizes. It keeps, they like to get prizes. And I did not bring all of the people down because I've been here a week, and that's when they enter, because I said I'm my own special guest with Jane Tucker this weekend. Send your name if you want a prize. So what I'm going to do is over here on the right, I'm not even going to look, are people who've made comments.
Okay.
And I'll take my finger. This is real high tech. I'm gonna take my finger. I'm gonna just land on that place. And
Don't turn the computer off.
What?
Don't turn the computer off.
Don't. Yeah, that's real funny, Patrick. Because Thursday night I was trying to give away prizes. Are y'all leaving? Okay. So they want to be in on the prizes, I guess they have.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna write the names down.
Oh, she's going to write the names down.
Okay.
Very good. So I'm going to just pick a name. The names are rolling by. The first person that came in was from Portugal. I don't know what time it is over there.
National media star.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but all right. I'm not is my hand going toward the comments?
Yeah.
Down it goes. I met them. No. Jeanne Rutledge. Okay. I thought Patrick looked very handsome in his t-shirt. Well, it was just a white t-shirt, and I was a little surprised he hadn't dressed up for the program. But guess what, Jeanne? You win a copy of Don't Bungee Jump Naked and Other Important Stuff.
Let's give her
you will write. Pardon?
You ought to give her two.
What did he say?
We ought to give her 2 books for saying I look handsome in my t-shirt.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, I said put on a shirt, but you looked great there. You're fine. But Jeanne Rutledge, you just let Tony know where you want the book sent. If you want it signed to you, if you already have a copy of the book, if you prefer a baseball cap that says Left Brain on it, let us know that too. The only thing you didn't win is the audio version of the book. We'll give one away of those a week, and we'll do that in a minute. All right, now the names rolling around. See, if I look at the TV too long, the thing, then they'll say she was reading the names, and I bet she knows.
Okay, just point.
Okay, am I right over the names?
Okay, you're right over the name.
All right, ready. And this person is Annalie Finch. How many times have you won, Annalie Finch? So you might want a hat, or you might want a CD, or you can get Patrick's CD. But hey, we did it fair and square, and you won. And let Tony know. Tony, why is Tony not here, you say? Because Tony is driving from Charleston with her husband, Tom, home. And I said, why can't you whip by Savannah and get me? Well, it was 4 hours out of their way. So I don't understand. But Annalie, you have won again. So that's all for that. And you know who's going to be on next week? It's going to be so much fun. Can you think of anything else we did this week they need to know about?
Well, we took a carriage ride.
Oh, I forgot. Last night, Jane arranged for Jill and Kurt, I just lost it, and myself to go down, and we had a man named Michael, and the name, what is that? Hello. I'm sorry, Norma's sitting on the other end. And y'all have been asking, this is not my Norma, this is a friend of Jane's. And y'all have been asking, have we gotten mad at Norma Rose? Norma Rose is under the weather. She does not have COVID, but she is sick. And we will have her back whenever she's well enough to do things. We miss Norma Rose. Okay, I'm now going to read some questions that we pulled because we couldn't bring all of them down here. And when I left last Sunday, the questions hadn't been. And some of these questions are for you and some of them for me. I told y'all that I would explain today a couple of the questions y'all asked about my speaking career and how you put speech together, and I'll get to that. But let me just ask, this is a question from Hazel Hall to to Jane, I guess they know how I would answer it. Do you ever wear jeans?
Absolutely, I have them on now. The only kind of jeans I do not wear are the kinds with holes in the knees. I don't like jeans with holes. But I have on denim. I wore them just for Hazel.
Okay. Well, those are denim. You know, when I think of jeans, I think of blue.
Well, these are blue, but it's a dark denim.
Okay. Okay.
It's dark denim. They don't really look like jeans.
All right. Here's another question. Oh, by the way, this was a comment we got from Shonda Pierce. You remember when she was on about a month ago, Patrick? Probably one of the funniest women you'll ever hear. If you can hear her speak, definitely go see her and follow her on our podcast. But she was so relieved Burlington was hit by tornadoes last week.
Oh.
And I was in the middle of my pop-up.
Oh.
And we were lucky, lots of damage, but no loss of life.
Well, that's good.
Not so for my friends in Alabama and the Deep South.
Send them our prayers.
So Shonda, not being irreverent or in any way taking away from the situation this time of the year that seems to go through the Southwest and the South, she said to please tell my listeners and followers that if there is any sign of a tornado in your area, don't go to bed naked. Whatever you do, be ready to get where you have to get if you get the signal. And then somebody wrote in and said, I can't believe it. Norma Anderson was telling Mary Matthews and said, don't go to bed with high heels on if there is a possibility of a tornado. And all I could think of was, who goes to bed with high heels on? My gosh. But they said when you get cramps in your legs, if you have on high heels and you put the pressure down with the high heels, that you might can get rid of the cramps in your legs. Learned it here, folks. I never heard of such in my life. I know that if you put soap bars in the bottom of the bed, you can, and rub your foot against them, the cramps will go away. I don't know where else you get this type of information. Okay, Jane.
Yeah.
What has been the most challenging aspect? This is from Carla Kitchen Halen, Halane. She's from Sedalia, Missouri. For Jane, what has been the most challenging aspect of your journey to tuckerize Genie?
Wow.
If you say, get me out of my high school clothes, I'm going to have a fit.
That was the first thing. Get rid of that red dress.
Jane, I didn't get rid of the red dress.
Is it buried?
No, it is not buried in the backyard because that dress, y'all back me up, that dress was perfect for the 4th of July. It didn't zip in the back when I couldn't stand up or move around.
The most challenging is to get you to kind of think a little bit out of the box and go a couple steps further than your comfort zone on what you're wearing.
Well, jeans are a comfort zone for me.
Oh, well.
But not the ones where they've all been ripped up.
No.
Because
we don't wear ripped jeans.
At certain ages, that's a place fat can come out.
That's true.
So why in the world would I do that?
Fat thighs coming through the
No, I'm not going to do that.
Jeans. No, not a pretty look.
Well, the first time you came, Left Brain had gone with the Elon tennis team to a tournament. We picked that weekend.
Yes, specifically.
And you told me, pull out everything. You did not. I had my high school clothes in one place, my Miss North Carolina clothes in another place, all the way up.
You could have started a vintage store.
I know, but I was trying to wear them. What did you think when you saw all that stuff?
You don't want to know.
Okay.
Let's not push that.
All right, we'll forget that. Okay. Oh, this one down here is, other than the red dress, what's the most difficult outfit that you've gotten me out of?
Well, I hope you burned that striped top, which I despise. We discussed that on another show.
Well, let's change questions. I like that striped top. It goes with a lot of
but
color.
Some of the ladies out there do not like it. They agreed with me.
Well, they're just trying to get on your good side.
I guess.
Okay.
Well, they are on my good side if they hate that top.
Okay. Okay. This is a good question. This is going to take some thought.
Okay.
Okay. This is, yep.
Real quick, slide the computer over in front of Jeanne a little bit more. People are having a hard time hearing you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sit close, Jeannie.
Okay. Is this better?
Is that better, Patrick?
See, at home we have 3 cameras, and you go ching, ching, ching. All right, listen to this. Patrick, evidently, didn't we say, is that better? Can you hear us? And he didn't answer. So what he did? Okay. If you are on a shoestring budget, okay, and we have shopped, Jill and I have shopped with you all week, and we know what you pay for stuff. Not much. If you can find it, wouldn't you agree, Jill?
Absolutely.
And the stores, $10 necklaces, $10, everything. It's all right. She says, Carol Sue, because she's got to be from the South. Carol Sue Scott, Jane, if you're on a shoestring budget, what 3 wardrobe items should you have for every day?
Oh, for every day?
Well,
any
any day.
Good basics in your wardrobe. You need a great pair of well-fitting, beautiful black pants, and you need very good shoes. Because if you wear tacky-looking cheap shoes, that shows up. I realize comfort is important, but there's a lot of great-looking, comfortable shoes out there. And of course, wonderful jewelry. Never leave home without your earrings on.
Now you're poking fun at me, aren't you?
Well, sort of.
So
I have sent you back once or twice to go put your earrings on.
clip on. And see, when you shop in flea markets, it's where you can find some clip-ons.
Oh, and if they're over $10, that's over my budget.
Yeah. So Jane has some, and you're going to see her house and say, well, she must just be ultra wealthy. And but I have, Jill and I can tell you, she goes right in and zeroes in on, what was it? They wanted $10 or $12 for some earrings. She said, I'm not paying that. And you didn't.
No, I didn't.
The fact that they only had the right earring.
Put them back on the shelf.
Wait, go back again another time.
Oh, $4. Yeah, that's right. With the big diamonds on the picture frame was $4.
They were fake, Jane.
Oh, really? Oh gosh, I thought didn't it say Tiffany and Company?
No, and didn't you? And who found that picture frame?
You found it. I was just about ready to say you found it.
I know it.
So anything with the sparkle on it, you think that I should have?
All around Jane's house is sparkle, sparkle, bling, 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 bling. Now, JP, Jane's husband, has passed away. He just ignored that as long as you put the artwork up.
Well, I kind of like slide anything I bought into the house so he didn't see it.
Yeah, okay.
Until a week later, oh, I've had this for years.
Okay. Well, we know that trick. Okay. What is wrong with this? Dixie Davidson is in Texas. What is the most difficult time Jane Tucker has tried to dress Jeannie for an event? But people must think that you tie me down and make me wear good clothes. The reason I wanted you to help me was I needed help.
Right. You've been a dream person to work with. Except.
All right. Can I tell them about the first outfit? I was keynoting the National Speakers Association. So we went and we had an outfit made.
Yes.
And it was, you kept calling it a new color. And I said, Jane, I know chartreuse when I see it. That suit is chartreuse. And you said, and you're going to walk out on stage with that. You sent me the shoes 3 times. And then I said, I'm not wearing these shoes.
Perfect shoes. And all of a sudden the box would arrive and they were back, and I would resend them to her, and I said, these are the perfect shoes you're wearing.
And the date was getting closer.
Chartreuse outfit. It was beautiful.
And there was a third thing that went with it, my necklace and the earrings. And I said, I'm not paying this. I just can't pay this. And I sent it back. Well, here it came back wrapped up in bubble wrap again. And she said, this is what you need to wear. And I sure did get a compliment.
And guess what? You still have the shoes, and you still have the outfit, and you still have
That's
the
true.
necklace.
That's true.
22 years later. That was in 2000.
Holy cow. So if any speakers are out there and saw me in that outfit when I walked out on stage to keynote the speakers convention, let us know what you thought.
But wait a minute. There was some joker in the audience that said you look like Big Bird. I was
I
really,
thought I was, yeah,
I was
but
insulted.
see, the problem with the National Speakers Association is a lot of us think we're funny.
We didn't think that was funny.
No, we did not.
I was insulted.
I didn't know somebody said I looked like Big Bird.
Well, I didn't tell you that. It's 22 years later. I figure it's okay now.
I still have the outfit, but I will never wear it again. You're right, Kirk. Not again. You doing okay over there? Okay. A while ago, Patrick had the nerve to call and say, are there birds around? Can you get those birds chirping out of the way? We're on a back porch, Patrick, for Pete's sake. Okay. Here we go. Oh, this is from Elaine Keagy Head. Keagy Head. She said she just wanted me to know this because you grew up in Ohio.
Yeah.
And now you're in Savannah.
Yeah.
And somebody's asked some questions about that. So I'll give you a chance. But she said she had a sticker on the wrong license and she had to go to court and had to go before the judge. She said, I was so scared that I regressed into the accent of my youth. I could hear myself doing it. I'm from West Virginia and it came out and I couldn't stop it. And I was thinking to myself, what am I doing? But after I talked like that, the judge let me off without a fine.
That's a very good idea. I'll use that the next time.
Yeah. But you get pulled over. Okay. They would like to know how come this one is to me, came to be born in Boston. Well, mother was 9 months pregnant and her water broke and I was born. I mean, you wherever you are, that when it's
That's
time,
right.
it does it.
But why were you in Boston?
Well, this is the answer for everything I ever ask about the war.
Oh.
The war. They left Auburn, Alabama, and went up to MIT. Daddy was a smart country boy. And it was the war, and they were studying something big. And there I was. My sister was already born. But I obviously did not stay in Boston long.
No, I guess not.
No. Okay.
That's a tough accent.
That's a tough accent, and it wouldn't have helped me much in my. Okay. Now, today, when we do our house tour, we are not going in your closet. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And have we shopped? You always tell me, shop in your own closet. Shop in your own closet. You already have it. Don't go buy it again. And have you and I ever shopped in your closet?
Well, I started shopping in my closet this year. So when I was, here and nothing to do when we were in lockdown, so I just said, I wonder, some of those clothes I brought from New York that I haven't had on in 5 years, I'm just going to try those on. And you know what? They look pretty good. Okay. So have we
cleaned out my closet?
Yeah,
I actually found, and y'all are going to die when I say this, I actually found the black bodysuit.
Well, there you go. We need to bronze that. It's a very famous
well,
bodysuit.
I mean, how many times can the snaps slap you in the face come out? It was terrible. But why did we wear that bodysuit? Jane, you said I had to have a black bodysuit. Your bosoms are mashed down, and then it comes out in your stomach.
It wasn't that bad.
No, what?
And then you didn't have to worry about tucking your shirt in.
But a 6'2" person, this is not good. And on a cross-country flight, really, you could get up and twirl, and you wouldn't even know what had happened to you. But we wore it. If y'all hadn't seen that.
Great. And, there's a little pain with really good fashion. So
that was a lot of pain if you want to get right down to it. But you talked me into getting that, and I tried, and I wore it, and I got there's a lot of pain in getting a good piece of material. That story, if you have not seen, let me see what was the title we found. Don't snap an elephant to a tree. So you've got to watch that story if you haven't seen it. Everybody's got, it's well over 1 million hits. Okay. Jane. Oh, okay. Jill and Kirk and Norma over there can back us up. I know that you do not cook, Jeannie. Does Jane cook? And this person is Janice Womble Bass.
Yes, Jane cooks. Jane loves to cook.
Jane's a gourmet. Gourmet cook.
Well,
Now you know why I stayed the whole week. Nice people who like to eat like I do. And Jane, you would think there was a number of restaurants in Savannah. Where did we eat last night? The Pink House?
The Pink House.
And then we tried to get in the Gray.
Yes.
And we could not get in.
Get into the Gray.
The Gray is the old Greyhound bus station. It's only up.
If you're not familiar with it, look it up on the internet. It's quite a spectacular story. But they've maintained the integrity of the bus station, and it's just wonderful.
Oh my gosh. Well, we had there, and then we did the tour that time and ate, and we rode in the Savannah is a happening city.
I tried to make her a gourmet dinner one night, but she decided all she wanted was banana peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. So I said, go for it.
Very good.
I'm sure it was
There goes one of mine. So we were going downtown the first day, and we had an appointment. You know, when you have an appointment, look on Kirk's head. He's got it on here. So all of a sudden the phone rang in Jane's car. I admire you, Jane. When y'all moved down here from New York City and you found this house, you didn't just sit in this house. You got in newcomers. You got in the Gabby Gourmets, the cook, Jill, you know. And so we were driving down, and all of a sudden your phone came on. And 3 of your friends from out here where you live were in a hat shop that was going out of business. And they said, come fast. You could get the hats for 50% off. And I said, are you getting ready to tell me that hats have come back? And Jane said, no, I'm hosting the Derby party on May 3rd. I think that's it. May 1st. So I said, well, I'm going to get a hat too. I have not been invited to the Derby party, and it's on a Saturday, and I will not be coming to the Derby party, but I bought a hat. So I have something for now look at Jane's hat. I got a hat too. And these are, you got to pass them. I got to pass them because they were half price. I mean, why could you not get a hat? Of course. Even if you didn't. But Jane put on, you did buy 2. I was going to ask you about that. Does the hostess change hats in the middle of the race?
No. This is my Derby hat.
Okay.
My Kentucky Derby party.
That's what this is the hat.
Okay, this is the hat. What do you think?
I think it's great.
Derby?
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect Derby hat.
Well, if that's a Derby hat, maybe mine isn't.
Oh, yes.
A Derby hat.
Yours is a perfect Derby hat for Jeannie.
I need another 5 inches on my head. Wait a minute. This is wrong. Well, it's backwards in that mirror, isn't it?
There you go.
But their friend, the point is,
You look like royalty.
the point
We're going
is,
to a royal wedding.
oh, they need another one of those real fast. Because they're not turning out like they thought they were.
The last one wasn't too successful.
No.
You had diamonds in the side.
I know it. I didn't either. I just saw them last night, and I said, Jane, I'm going to wear I bought those earrings for about $4. But so y'all will be seeing this again on May 3rd, which is a Saturday. And let me see. I believe Karen Morgan is going to be my guest that day. We just lining up all kind of people. But the point, I guess, is these women are like teenagers out here having a good time. And, they said, come on, come now. And Jane said, we have an appointment. And they said, hey, it's 50% off. She said, I'll call the appointment and put it an hour and a half later. And then we all went to lunch.
Absolutely. Had a wonderful lunch.
I think.
But those are good kind of girlfriends.
I like this.
And I have some. You look fabulous.
And you didn't know a person when you moved in this town.
No, not one soul.
And you've done the fashion show twice for the newcomers. You've met people. And I came last summer, and this is my point. People said, I just don't see anybody. I don't know anybody. Well, go meet somebody because they're out here. And last summer, they said they canceled the swimming group out here. And so Jane said, so I got a TV screen and I set it up out here and they come over here twice a week. So I jumped in we did water aerobics that day, but Norma Rose was with us and she didn't want to get her hair wet. So, okay, but that's all right. All right, let me see. I think that, Jane.
I think we're all ready for Louisville. Absolutely.
And you need a cup of tea?
No.
How many inches do you think I added with this?
Well, you're probably about 6'2" again.
No, I think I'm. Oh, you know what? I was looking at that clock right behind me. I thought that was the top of my hat.
Oh, no.
No, that's it.
That was fine too.
All right, what time is it, Patrick?
12:30.
12:30. Patrick, are you there?
12:30. Patrick's there.
He's here. He's so excited
Do you like my
about.
hats, Patrick?
You like these hats?
Hold on, I'll get my hat.
Oh no, he's going to get a hat. Oh, this
Oh,
man
the
is from
cowboy hat.
Texas.
Oh,
Oh, look at here. There's not. Here we are.
okay, here we go.
Cheers. However, we have nothing in these glasses. No, that was pretty well done. Patrick, let me see your cowboy hat again.
Oh, but he looked divine.
You look good, Patrick. You need to should we tour the house before you play a song, or you want to play the song now?
Your show.
Well, when would you like to sing?
Why don't you tour the house first?
Okay. Well, Keith drives me. Kirk, my new friend Kirk, husband of Jill, he's gone to get the camera and get everything set up. But didn't we have a good time? Where'd you put all that stuff you bought? How you gonna get it back to California?
Oh, look, he doesn't know we bought one.
I know. That's why I waited till he left.
We're gonna ship it.
You gonna ship it, Jane?
We're going to ship it. That's why I collect all those boxes in the garage
And the bubble wrap.
and the bubble wrap.
Because some of that stuff might break. But y'all, we just hit the bonanza finding stuff for not much at all. And these hats right here are the creme de la creme. So you're gonna walk with Kirk through the house, and I'm gonna watch and describe the things that y'all are gonna show. Is that correct? Wait, gotta get my hair fixed back.
I think that's the plan.
I think my fascinator is something I could wear a lot, don't you?
I love your basket.
I think it's wonderful.
I
You
think
know-
you should wear it home tomorrow.
Would you like? Would
I think it's the only way that I can get it home. Actually, I'm going this afternoon, but I'm almost as bad as Norma Rose when she had on those 5 outfits under her coat.
When would I let you buy something that didn't look wonderful on you? No, of course not. You're supposed to say no. Of course
No,
not.
well, I know you wouldn't want me to buy anything that didn't look good. So why don't you go and get with, okay, Kirk's outside the house. Go get out there and help describe the stuff when you come in.
Okay.
Now, don't think, oh my gosh, we've turned into a house tour group. See the other picture there? Can you see that? That's the outside. Jane did not build this house. You and JP found this. You found this house, and JP said, my artwork has got to have walls for artwork. They have over 150 pieces of art hanging in this house. And were some of them his mother's, but Jane's the one that looks good. Norma, do you like all of it? This is not my Norma Rose. Do you like all that artwork? All the pictures and stuff? Do you like it in Jane's house?
JP started collecting that in the 60s.
In the 60s. I mean, it's unbelievable. Okay, look. Oh, slow down. Go tell them to slow down. I missed it. Go back to the opening. All right, everybody. This is the quick tour. There's a chandelier. I think there must be 15 or 16 chandeliers. And this is a small one, but it's in the open house. She has them in her bathroom. If you go straight, tell them to go straight on into the living room. Okay, this is her living room. And look right there. See the 2 tall women? Don't those look like works of art? Because her daughter's 6'4". But listen to me. They bought that in a flea market in Savannah. They're gorgeous in their house. Absolutely gorgeous. And everybody that lives here said, where did you get those in Savannah? A flea market. This woman is amazing. So then if you go on through, or she could whip and show up the dining room, that other tall woman over there. Okay. So here's the dining room, and it's formal because she gives parties. There's another chandelier. And then in the corner, they've got another woman that I want y'all to see. If you can see it, hone in on her. By the way, if you saw that door in the dining room, that goes to another kitchen, a butler's pantry, that the dirty dishes go to. I don't entertain. Now, this is that room. Show them the Harlequin chairs. If I can find 2 of these, I'm going to get them. Do you see the ones that look like they're court jesters? Well, the ceiling in this room is so high that all of these chairs are, that's the chandelier there. It looks about half the size that it really is. And she got it at some place here in Savannah. And she has glasses and bling are her mode. But see that chair they just showed you? That chair is so tall that it looks good in that room. And show them the Harlequin chairs. And then she took the color green, put it in flowers, and has a big picture in the dining room with that same green in it. And all of these things. And show, okay, right there.
When you
That
pull
is
your screen down a little bit.
what?
Pull your screen down. Down.
Down. All right. That is a mannequin. And the person just took some sort of stones and go away from the news. Those were JPs. Don't pay attention to those. But on that mannequin, they just somebody had just glued little white stones. What are they, Jane? What kind? Sea glass, all on that mannequin, and it's gorgeous. And you got it in an antique store here. See,
Consignment store.
a consignment place. Oh, this is the big kitchen, and she is a gourmet cook. She can cook anything. She always. And this is a den and a fireplace that now has blue rocks in it as of yesterday, Kirk. And show the chair that I talked her into buying. Somebody's fingers on the camera. All right, there. I want y'all to see that. Can you see that chandelier she just showed right there? It's solid glass. I bought that chandelier in November. I took it home. I said, I'm going to put some chandeliers in my house. It is gorgeous. Every one of the glasses is beveled edge. We got it home. Norma Rose and I got it home with no cracks in the chandelier. And there's not a ceiling in my house that's high enough to put a chandelier like that. So, they're out. They disappeared, Patrick. Did they go away? Okay. But so I sold it back to Jane. I said, I can't use this chandelier. So then she got it, carried it back to Savannah in her car, and nothing broke. Okay. You're in the show. All right, out here on the porch, for example, I said, where'd you get that old lamp right there? I mean, clock. Do y'all see it behind my head? And she said, Jeannie, I'm telling you, I got it at a consignment shop, flea market. You rode over to Hilton Head? Okay, now, there's the chair I talked you into buying. And you got to see what's on the back. Hey, Jane, can you turn that chair around?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. On the back is a burlap bag, and it says New York on the bottom of it. So you can see why that. I said, you got to have this chair, Jane. You have to have this chair. And she got it. And it's just all different colors. And that looks back into the thing. Let me explain to you. We are on a back porch. You go through that door right there. You come to one back porch. But there is a complete other back screen and back porch across the way. And between them is a patio that they can entertain and serve. And then you go to the swimming pool and this and that and the other. And it's too light. Is it too light out there? You're doing a good job, Kirk. You didn't know when you came from California. He said, what do you want me to do? We said, that's the backyard. And they bought it. As I said, they did not build this house. But so it's a good house, and they have a lot of events here just for the heck of it. That's where we had our swimming class.
Right.
Norm Rose said right over there under the shade. Look at it's not too bright to see. There's the other back porch. So that's all you're going to let us see today?
That's all.
Okay. In other words, just what a matter we can get. That's one back porch. And one bedroom goes off to one back porch, and the den comes. So when I say we're live from, hey, Kirk, thank you so much. As a matter of fact, that looked very pretty. I thought it'd be too bright because it's gorgeous. And the birds. So, Patrick, are you ready to sing? Linda Cream, I trust you have a great cleaning service. She does, doesn't she? Okay. Patrick, you out ready to sing?
Sure am.
All right. Now, remember, I don't want to put pressure on you, but Kirk and Jill have never heard you sing.
Okay.
So, I mean, and you wrote this one?
I did. I'm going to go.
Tell us about it.
I'm going to mute you before you get the feedback.
Okay.
All right, so this is a song that I wrote about Texas. My grandparents were from Texas, and I spent all my summers there. And so I tell you, whenever I play this song, the Texas folks tend to go a little nuts. Well, she says that she wants a man from Texas. A real cowboy is what he's got to be. She says that she wants a man from Texas that don't leave much for this boy from Tennessee. Well, I left my heart one night in Amarillo, and San Antonio took too much of my time. I left 2 teeth in a barroom back in Beaumont. Houston's where I lost my mind. May not be from Texas, heck, I come from Tennessee. Texas got the better part of me. She wants a man who knows his way around the dance floor. He drives a truck, wears his hat down low. May not be exactly what she hoped for, but baby, this ain't my first rodeo. 'Cause I left my heart one night in Amarillo, and San Antonio took too much of my time. I left 2 teeth in a barroom back in Beaumont. Houston's where I lost my mind. May not be from Texas, heck, I come from Tennessee. Texas got the better. Well, I may not be from Texas, I'm a man from Tennessee. Texas got the better part of me. Okay, hold on now. There we go.
Way to go, Patrick. And when Jeannie Seeley was on last week, I thought you really shone. She said the same thing. So that was great. Okay, you got to get back so you can get in the picture. Here's some more questions. Now what? Let's give away some more prizes.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
All right, now these things are not moving. What? So, do you think they're moving? Because we want to give new. Ooh. Don't cut it off. Okay, I'm gonna
you do that.
Okay, I want you to guide my hand. Okay.
How about there?
The winner is Sharon Sheets Finley. Love that song, Patrick. Way to go, Patrick. Sharon Sheets Finley. I don't know where you're from, but you let Tony know that that you won, and you can have your choice of any of the items right there, except the audiobook. That's going to be the big prize in a little while. All right, roll it around or something. Can you move the names, and let's give away another one. You're going to take my finger.
Okay, there's
right there.
Right there.
Angel Dunlap. Love the song. Sounds great. Thank you, Angel. I made him change songs. I wanted him to take a peppy one, and he did, and I like it. He loves the song, sound great. And I think what also sounds great is that the winner's name is your name, Angel Dunlap. So you let Tony know that baseball cap with left brain written on the front, or any of the books, any of the DVDs, CDs, except the 7 hour and 20 minute one. We don't do that one quite yet. All right, some more questions. Here they come. And y'all are giving some good comments, and we appreciate it. Could dance some East Coast swing. We need North Carolina and Carolina shag music is what we need, beach music. But if you have a question that you want to put up here. Oh, one of our sons went to SCAD.
Oh,
okay. The man that drove our horse and buggy last night, 11,000 kids there. It's 11,000 students at Carolina,
Jeanne,
South Carolina. Yes.
Adjust your computer so Jane can be in there.
So who can? Oh, Jane. Oh, yeah, she went away and she came back. So Patrick.
We're here.
Oh, okay.
Pull your screen down just a touch.
All right. Thank you. We're sitting on a big settee thing. You could put two more people out here. We're right up here close together. But doesn't that clock look good?
I know.
That
I
old
love my clock.
Everything that you get looks good. Got a lamp in there that's made like a chicken.
It's not a chicken. It's a water bird. Crane.
Oh.
It's not a chicken.
I feel better about it.
Well, I should hope so. That's like you calling my
Crane.
cat fat.
One of the fattest cats. Thank you, Jill. Fattest cat you've ever
She
seen.
has a weight issue, like a lot of us do.
Well, she's a darn fat cat.
Well, that's true.
But
It's more to love.
I told y'all this Thursday night, but she keeps some treats. Well, Jill knows where the treats are. Kirk knows where the treats are, and I do too. And these three cats love Jane. She tells us about it. We could buy these cats by just giving them enough treats for one afternoon. They would leave her so fast and come up. Oh yeah, they're very fickle. So this says, okay, Cindy. I had not heard this term. We have chiggers, Chiggers, and no-see-ums, N-O dash, this is in Savannah, C, S-C-E, like you see, M's, no-see-ums. You want to tell what those are?
Well, as everyone knows, Savannah's known for their Spanish moss and their beautiful trees. And years ago, when Henry Ford invented the Model T, he thought that would be perfect stuffing in the seats of his Model T. Well, it was the first recall because Spanish moss has chiggers, and they're like little teeny tiny things that burrow into your skin and itch. So, needless to say, people who were sitting on the seats in the Model T were getting eaten up.
Okay, and the no-see-ums are just
They're like
bug that you can't
little teeny tiny gnats, and they're teeny, and you can't see them, but they bite you and itch.
I've been here since Sunday because we had so many things to do. Have y'all been bitten by anything in Savannah? I haven't,
think it's
other than the antiquing bug.
I think it's the season.
The season, okay.
I don't think they're out yet.
Okay.
Come back in July, and we can provide some, I'm sure.
All right, Jeannie, this is for me. Has anyone ever been mad and offended because you told about them from the stage? No, I check with everybody before I tell. I'm not going to tell about them from
If left brain isn't insulted, nobody
Why
else.
should anybody
Why
else?
should anybody else be insulted?
I run every story by left brain because, you know.
And he's good. He'll find something if he thinks it's not.
Well, he hadn't done it in a long time because he's so sick and got his mind on other things. But he got to the point where he would come up to me and say, I think I've just done something you can tell in a story. We didn't show him that table over there with the water and all that. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, don't send the man to the grocery store. But see, Left Brain's always been so supportive of my work that he helps me look for things. I'll tell you, I was speaking at the Boy Scout banquet, and y'all know the story of don't ask a man to bring a luggage, don't ask Left Brain. Now, since we said that, something has landed on me. Probably you didn't get sick.
Well, you need a little protein.
I do. But the story of don't ask a man to bring a luggage.
Yes.
And I had been working on that story and working on it. And I was speaking at the Boy Scout banquet in my county, Alamance County. And he said, what are you going to try that's new? And because I always try to try. And I told him, he said, have you been told? I said, I've told it several places and it goes over. Let's try it here. They hadn't heard it. And they didn't laugh.
They didn't.
It was the grocery store. The luggage story where he brought all the books to Hawaii and that kind of thing. And he said, when we got in the car, he said, I thought you said that story was going over. They weren't sure about that. And we figured out what it was. It's an interesting thing. In Burlington, they're his friends. And I started telling this story about him. And they weren't real sure they were supposed to laugh about that or not. So we put in the following sentences. And most of you that have heard me speak, you can hear most tapes, DVDs. I love this man. He's my best friend. I wouldn't talk about him if it hurt his feelings. you know, but he's left. And that's like you said to the audience, this is okay, you know, and then I'll say left brain, but we had to figure that out. Uh, you also asked some questions about how you decide what goes into the stories. Well, first of all, well, you can use Jane Tucker as an example. If Jane Tucker or any of my cast of characters is in the audience, I'm going to tell stories about the people that are there. People like to see and meet, and I'll have you stand up. Don't you remember that time you were in the balcony and you said, I like to be in the front? Don't you remember? Where was it? We couldn't get you in. Was it Charleston?
I think it was in maybe Hilton Head. I don't know, but it was I was in the front row of the balcony and the railing was so low. I thought I was going to tip over, and it was like this man sitting next to me was holding my hand so I wouldn't fall over.
But if Left Brain is there, of course I tell Left Brain stories. But if Norma Rose is there or Tony is there, you change all your material and throw those people in and have them stand. And before COVID, when we could have meet and greets at every show, which we will go back to as soon as possible, then they would be in the lobby meeting people and they were taking pictures and doing all that. So that's the first thing you decide. The second thing is I say to myself, you want to know if I had any rituals ahead of time. The only thing is, if you're rusty, you have to go over the points that if you leave out, you've ruined your own story. Let me give you an example. If you watch the story of, I don't know, Bob Sharp, a man from South Carolina that said he knew Jerry in high school and so forth. And it's a great story. I don't want to ruin the story, but I have to say to myself, if I'm going to tell that story, and I would tell it in South Carolina, Georgia, because it happened at Athens. But I would say to myself, don't say Bobby, because the punchline is after Left Brain tells me I'm going to give the whole thing away, but he doesn't know Bob Sharp. He didn't play basketball with Bob Sharp, and he didn't go to high school with any Bob Sharp. Then Left Brain, with his left brain, said, now I did play ball a couple of years with a Bobby Sharp. And of course, that's the punchline. Well, one time, I'll tell you where it was. I was in Atlanta speaking to the speakers chapter of all places. I called him Bob Sharp, and then later in the story, I called him Bobby Sharp. So the element of surprise on the punchline was gone. And when it was over, they said, I think that story could be better. I said, I know what you're going to say, and you're right. Don't say Bobby Sharp until, so if you're rusty, I don't speak in December. So before I go out, I say, if I'm going to tell that, what would I tell in any story night that I could ruin the story myself? And the grocery store story, I have to sit there, and COVID is a good example, because when I finally got back on stage, it had been months and I had to think, 1 pound of butter, 2 gigantic bottles of vanilla flavor, 3 dozen eggs, 4. I'm just in the bedroom after, just getting that in there, or you can get out there and you don't have it. It just doesn't come up. So,
I don't know how you remember all of it anyway. It's
that's what I do.
I know, you're a star.
But no, I'm not a star. It's just what I do. But you can forget. And I took a baton story, 17-minute story, and I really got to where I could tell the story and be making out a list of what I need to do when I got home. So I thought, I need to quit this. This is not fresh. Takes up 17 minutes. I write these other stories. I don't work them in. And so I announced to Tony and my immediate friends, I'm gonna tape this baton story and I'm gonna turn it off. What is that? Oh, okay. And I'm going to we can get up and dance if y'all want to. Norma, what's she doing? You got it. There, go girl. Go girl. Thank you. What was I talking about? No,
17 minutes.
I know it. So I announced to my close friends, Left Brain, Tony, all of them, I said, I'm putting it on sabbatical for a year. That took out 17 minutes. And y'all asked me about this stuff, or I would not be telling. Took a 17-minute gap out of a speech. And if you were doing a luncheon speech that was 30 minutes long and you want to tell that story, 17 minutes on one story is too much. And So then after 1 year, I had put in the grocery store story. I had put in the bungee jump story. I put in all this new material. So after the second year, I just didn't start telling it again. And 5 years went by. And a company in Texas wanted me to come and tell that story. They had seen it and they wanted, I said, well, I don't use it that much anymore. And they said, no, that's the one we want you to use. I walked around the bedroom that afternoon in the hotel thinking, can I get into a 17-minute story and I forget it, then I'm in trouble. There's no way out of this story. And of course, by going over it. So that's another trick you use. And the last one that I'll give today, because some of y'all I know are interested in speaking, and I can tell it by your questions. Gene Black asked a lot of questions from Alabama, and he always is asking about speaking. But you have to put a place in every show, in every speech, that you're going to try something new. You can't think, well, I'll just work this in. And here's what I do. It's very simple. I have a general topic of look for humor.
Okay.
And I can put in any story as long as I've already planned. If it doesn't go over, I'm backing it up with a solid winner. You just drop in a new story, and then if it goes over, you get so excited. Sometimes you just think, where was I? But you say, no, when I come out of this new piece of material, I'm going to go right here, because that is a surefire winner. And the only other place, I will add one more tip, because the specific question was, how do you decide what material you're going to use when? If I'm caught in a trap a little bit. If I've never been to a town for a theater show or never spoken for a group, I have to tell the grocery store story. It's the one they come to hear. Hey, Pam Burks. Hey, there's Pam Burks.
Hi, Pam.
We love you, Pam, in Indianapolis. Tell him I said hey. She's a speaker. So I hadn't even paid attention to see if you see anybody else. Nobody spoke up and said they remember when I keynoted the convention and I looked good in that chartreuse outfit.
No, they didn't. No.
Yes, they did.
Who?
Oh gosh, I put her name up there, but I forgot it. But she was there.
You making it up?
No, I'm not. Nope.
Good. When I came out in that chartreuse outfit with all that thing around my neck and those shoes you sent, there was a gasp. You came and they went, because I was so surprised to see me dressed up like that. So anyway, you plan before you go. But if you've never been to a place, I have to do the grocery store.
Well, there you go.
If you come back the next time and do it, they think you're a one-trick pony. You know, if you do the same. So you keep records and then you go back. Now, if you go back 8 years later, this is my 57th year, you can tell by then they say, I've been coming every year and you've never told the grocery store story or the bungee jump story. So you just do a little planning, and that's how you figure it out. But the first thing is you just start pulling the stories out. When you find out that so-and-so is going to be in the audience and you've got a story about so-and-so, oh, you're wasting your time if you don't do all of that. All right, where are we? Oh my gosh, it's 12:51. Patrick is sung. We got to give away the 7-hour audio, right, Patrick? You get a percentage on this one. You know that because you recorded it. I'll put your thumb up. That'll do. All right, I'm going to do another name. I'm not going to look. And if you don't want a 7-hour CD set, it's 7 CDs. I want you to take it, give it away free to a place in your town where older people live who have not been able to get out for over a year. I just want to point that out. You're going to take my hand around and put it on somebody's name.
Okay.
That one right there up.
No. Let's move around. Okay. Let's try that one.
That one is Catherine. It's gone. When you hold your name on somebody's name all the time, do they disappear? You deleted her.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
But it's named Catherine. Now everybody named Catherine will say, I want it. I want it. Wonder where it's gone. Well, you have to find somebody else, but don't mash it.
Okay.
This is the winner.
Mash it. There you go. Right there.
Linda White Gullidge from Fairhope, Alabama. Linda White Gullidge, Gulledge, from Fairhope, Alabama. A great place full of antique stores and flea markets. I can guarantee you, because when I come down and speak, that I think it's a Marriott out there on the water. I
We need to
take
get
the
in
boat.
Alabama.
Well, I can't just choose people, but I can find. You know what? This is like that story last night about the cake. Catherine's going to say she's got my prize because there was somebody, and then we missed them. Okay, we will keep going through, and
Pull
it looks like what?
pull
What'd
your,
you say?
pull your. There you go.
Oh, Ian McCain, you just came in from Scotland. You'll catch up later, you said. Okay, got the time wrong. Well, okay, we did press somebody's name, Catherine. I looked into it, and we'll make it right, whatever it is. So next week I'm back home. Jane, this has been so much fun, and we had
Having you here.
a lot of fun just getting ready to do it. So that's fine. But Jill, thank you for everything. We had a ball. Jill's tall too.
Yep.
And then I'll turn
And
him around. Can you see Kirk and Jill? Can y'all see them on the screen? That's
There
Jill.
we go.
That's Jill. And I to prove he's got his hat hanging on his toe. See, and people talk about Southern. And I put the camera on this guy from California. He's got his best two Canadians, and you're balancing your cap on your toe. Hey, y'all have had a good time, and thanks for helping with everything. And Jane,
It's
thank
been
you for
fun.
so much fun. We'll see everybody next week, and probably along about Thursday afternoon. At some time late Thursday afternoon, I'll do another pop up, give some more prizes, and everybody keep laughing. Don't forget, a lot of people aren't laughing, and all you got to do is smile at them first, even behind the mask. They can tell it. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
She's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeannie Robertson. Oh, she's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeannie Robertson.